So a few years ago, Polaroid came out with this portable digital printer that prints out stickers directly from your camera. And I started taking photographs of my coworkers every day, Farbod and Marta. And at the time, I was having a show down in Castleberry Hill, and so I used these as part of the piece. I would take a picture, print it out, and then I'd run down and I'd stick it to the work. Um, but something with the humidity in the air didn't quite work out, and I came in one day and they were just like all on the floor. And yeah, that was really embarrassing. Um, but that's okay. I came up with this, this t-shirt design for Octane Coffee. It's really just a grid, but it's more of a field for what the real design about, and that's this idea of coffee staining. So the idea was that when someone would purchase one of the shirts, a shot of espresso would be made right there on site and then spilled on the front of the shirt. And so the design would be this coffee stain, and each design would be unique. But somehow I think I have misjudged the amount of coffee that comes in an espresso shot. And Diane sent me this image back of the test shirt, and yeah, that looks like baby poop. So that didn't work out too well, but that's all right. Let's see. Amygdala is this portion of the brain that is responsible for fight or flight. It's kind of that primal, amygdala hijack is that primal self reacting. And I thought it would make a great DJ name. I DJ'd for a couple of years around town. The issue with that is that no one knew how to pronounce it. So everyone was calling me Amy G. Dalla Hijack. And I knew at that moment that DJ names, they just need to be simple, just Trey West, easy. Easy. So I took modern dance classes for a while, for about a year or so, and I had an issue with sweating really profusely. I mean, I really sweated when I was doing modern dance. I remember this one day we were doing these spins across the room in a line, and when we got into the other side, I looked to the left and right of me, and my sweat had slung on the two dancers on either side of me. And from the look on their faces, I could tell that my future as a modern dancer was bleak. So that didn't really last too long. Well, that's okay. Have you guys seen these around town? So these are those phone booths that don't have phones anymore. They're kind of this, they're a little bit of litter now in the cityscape, this symbol of a bygone time, I guess. So as my foray into, as street art, I decided I wanted to bring attention to these around town. And so I went out in the middle of the night and I poured a bright colored plastic over the top of them, kind of this dripping installation thing. And it was up for maybe 3 or 4 days before the city came out. And instead of removing the phone booth, they basically cleaned all the plastic off of it. So I was I felt like an ineffective street artist. So that didn't work out. So Armchair was having its 10th anniversary, and we came up with this idea where we would take 10 balloons and we would put fluttering butterflies in the balloon at the party as an installation. So I reached out to a butterfly farm, and they shipped me some butterflies in kind of like a freeze pack Omaha steak container. And then I went to a balloon events space, and we put butterflies in the balloon. but they didn't like fly happily in the balloon. They just basically sat on the bottom, and we had it back at the office, and like every 15 minutes or so, there would be this horrible fluttering sound, just like thump, 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 thump. And then silence, and it was just so sad. So that didn't really work out so well. This is an idea I have for a holiday client gift. So it's a ski mask with the mouth sewn shut. This never got made. Probably for good reason. I know you guys keep bringing it up every year, but I'm always trying to one-up the holiday decorations of the neighbors. I've got this idea, we're gonna lower a glass dome over my house, and then we're gonna have a snow machine. That's not gonna work out at all. I think we all know that. So I got into stacking ice cream sandwiches, Lincoln log styles, and photographing them as they melt. And I thought, man, I love it. I really think this could make a really wonderful sculpture. And so I reached out to one of those fake food companies. You know, they make the fake plate of food, and asked them to make this for me. And this is what they sent back. And it was horrible. I was mortified. I keep this around my studio to remind me that everything I do does not lead in success. But that's okay. I think failure is okay. Thanks.